What's going on, you guys? So it seems that Roy Jones Jr. is still on his hate on Floyd Mayweather tour, right? I mean, I just watched the latest interview of him, and I don't know on what channel it was on or who the interviewer was. I'll have to, drop the link in the description. But nonetheless, man, this dude continues to hate on Floyd Mayweather. In this latest interview, he got asked about the Floyd Mayweather beef, right? And he said, I don't have no beef with him. I just think certain fighters are better than him. And he went on to say that, Ray Leonard is better than him. And there's a list of other fighters that are better than him, right? And the reason he's not included on, the Mount Rushmore, considered among the greats, is because he's never fought an elite black fighter, right? Floyd Mayweather has beat more world champions than anybody else in the history of the sport of boxing, right? But he went on to say he includes Ray Leonard and certain fighters like that above Floyd Mayweather because Ray Leonard, he beat Marvin Hagler, he beat Tommy Hearns, he beat Roberto Duran, right? Two elite, black Hall of Fame legendary fighters, right? But to say that Floyd Mayweather hasn't fought an elite black fighter, I mean, he fought Shane Mosley and he beat Sab Judah. I mean, those are two black fighters I can think of off the top of my head, but it didn't matter whether they were black, Hispanic, or whatever. He fought the best and he beat them. And it may have not been at the certain time that certain fans wanted to see it, but that's to no fault of Floyd Mayweather. I mean, those YouTube shorts I dropped some time ago discussing this, right? He had called out Shane Mosley 5 years before they fought, while he was still at 140, right after he fought Bruce Seeley's. Before he had fought Arturo Gatti, he called out Shane Mosley to meet at 147, and he called out Oscar De La Hoya to meet at 147. That was to no fault of Floyd Mayweather that those fights took as long as they did to make, right? He was calling everybody out way before they had fought. At a certain point in Floyd Mayweather's career, he wasn't Money Mayweather. He was Pretty Boy Floyd, and he was a high-risk, low-reward type of fight. Until he became Money Mayweather, that's when, everybody wanted to fight him. But he fought Manny Pacquiao, he fought Canelo, he fought Diego Corrales, Jose Luis Castillo, Shane Mosley, Andre Berto, Maidana, Robert Guerrero. I mean, he's beat more world champions, like I said, than anybody in the history of the sport of boxing. So to say that he hasn't fought an elite fighters, whether they're black, Hispanic, whatever, I think that's a joke, and it just goes to show that Roy Jones Jr. is a bitter hater. And I think it just needs to stop, because it's not really doing any favors for Roy Jones. It's making us boxing fans really look at him with a stank eye. And I started doing a deep dive on Roy Jones Jr.'s career, and come to find out, this dude tested positive back in 2000 when he fought Richard Hall. And if you're testing positive for an opponent like Richard Hall, who's to say you weren't testing positive or using something, when you fought James Toney and Bernard Hopkins, or really anybody throughout the course of your career, right? Who's to say that your accomplishment of going to heavyweight, isn't tainted by you juicing? I mean, there's a lot of speculation whether or not he was juicing for that John Ruiz fight at heavyweight. I would think he is. I believe he was, right? It's not proven. He didn't test positive, but he did test positive in 2000. So, I mean, if we're going to give Canelo Alvarez heat for testing positive, right, we should be doing the same thing for Roy Jones Jr. And I feel like nobody's ever talked about that. I feel like that definitely taints, his legacy in my eyes. But that wasn't the only thing he said. He said that, Floyd Mayweather, he ducked Terrence Crawford. And the thing about that is when two eras, collide or they meet up with each other, it's going to be at the tail end of one other's and then at the beginning of the other's. In this case, Floyd Mayweather's on the way out. Terrence Crawford was rising up, and Roy Jones even said in, a different interview that Floyd Mayweather ducked Amir Khan, which is a complete joke. I can't believe he actually even said that. But Roy Jones has taken everything that Floyd Mayweather's done, and he hasn't even said anything. All he did was post some videos of him getting knocked out, right? Him watching the highlights of him getting knocked out. But it's really pissed off Roy Jones to the point where he wants to fight Floyd Mayweather. Even at the age of 70-something years old, right? He wants to fight Floyd Mayweather. Now, the only question I would have about that fight is he going to be juicing for that fight like he did against Richard Hall? But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Hate, like, comment, subscribe.